This is the goblin video you have been waiting for. Everyone thinks goblins are just greedy thieves, only interested in stealing gold and elixir. But have you ever actually paused to think about their incredible speed? A goblin can move at an impressive 25 miles an hour while also carrying a sack of gold that's nearly as heavy as its own body. In real biological terms, that's not just fast, it's almost impossible. But what if I told you that goblins aren't really thieves? What if, instead, they are creatures who are biologically addicted to something that helps them survive? Today, we're gonna take a closer look at the metabolism of the Jimverse's most misunderstood creature, the goblin. Let's dive into the science and hopefully uncover the truth about these creatures. To really understand why goblins behave the way they do, we need to take a look at something very important, their basal metabolic rate or BMR. In the world of Clash of Clans, goblins are the fastest ground units. They move faster than most other troops, and in order to keep that pace, their bodies are constantly working in overdrive. To keep moving that fast, a goblin's heart has to beat around 600 times a minute. That's about 10 times faster than a human body. Let that sink in. While a barbarian is a slow and steady car, a goblin is a race car, constantly working in overdrive, constantly pushing its limits. This leads us to a molecule called adenosine triphosphate or ATP. ATP is the main source of energy for every cell in the body, and every single cell in a goblin's body is constantly in need of it. But here's the thing, this isn't about wanting to be rich or collect gold. The goblin doesn't even care about wealth. It doesn't even know what wealth is, doesn't even have that idea. It needs the energy to keep running, to keep its body moving. The gold it takes isn't just for treasure, it is food for its body. Speed is only part of what makes goblins so fascinating. Look closely at their glowing eyes. Most people think it's magic, but the truth behind their glowing eyes is even scarier. They don't glow because of some fantasy magic. They glow because of a special adaptation that helps them find their way. Those eyes don't just look at gold, they are actually detecting the heat coming from the gold and elixir, helping the goblin find its next source of energy. Let's dig deeper into how the goblins actually see the world. Since goblins live underground, they have evolved some very unique abilities to navigate in the dark. We often see that a cat's eyes glow in the dark, right? Well, if you have seen that, you have probably seen something called tapetum lucidum. This is a reflective layer behind the retina and it helps animals see better in the dark. Goblins likely have this too, allowing their eyes to gather more light in the dark tunnels they live in. But that's not the only way they sense the world. Have you seen their large, pointy ears? They suggest that goblins might also use a kind of passive sonar, just like bats. Goblins might also be able to hear the sounds of elixir flowing through the pipes, or even detect the vibrations of gold being stored far away. Essentially, goblins can hear the energy itself, which makes them incredible predators underground. Now, let's talk about the goblin's green skin. So, why is it green? At first, it might seem like just another fantasy feature, but the truth behind it is far more interesting. The green isn't just some random color. It's a sign of something much more complex happening inside the goblin's body. The green color is not from its skin. It's actually a sign of what's going on in their blood. Humans have red blood because of a protein called hemoglobin, which helps carry oxygen. Goblins, however, seem to carry a different substance in their blood called hemocyanin. Hemocyanin is copper-based, and while it's found in animals like crabs or mollusks, it works best in cold, low-oxygen environment, just like the dark underground world of the goblins. This special blood helps goblins survive where oxygen is scarce. But the real twist here is their love for elixir. Over time, goblins have likely been consuming so much elixir that it has changed their biology. This constant exposure to elixir leads to a condition called chronic anthocyanin accumulation, which turns their skin green. So the green color is actually a sign that the goblin's body is saturated with elixir. So they are not just scavenging the elixir, They have been shaped by it, evolving into a creature that depends on it for survival. Now you might be wondering, if these goblins are so dependent on elixir, why do they steal gold? After all, gold doesn't glow like elixir. But here's the truth, the goblins are not after the gold because they are saving it, it's because they are eating it. Some creatures, known as lithotrophs, survive by eating minerals instead of organic matter. While this might seem strange, there is a good reason for it. Goblins likely have a highly acidic digestive system from consuming so much elixir. That's why, to protect themselves from this, they need something to balance out the acid. And that's where the gold comes in. By eating small amounts of gold, they are likely helping to strengthen their bones and protect their stomach from the acid in their body. So, the gold for them is not a treasure. It's a necessary part of their diet, kind of a mineral supplement that helps them survive the intense physical strain their bodies are under. So, the next time a goblin or sneaky goblin raids your base, don't get angry. Instead, take a moment to think about this misunderstood creature. You're not dealing with a greedy thief. You're looking at a copper blooded subterranean creature that is constantly running on empty, desperately seeking for the energy it needs to survive. What looks like greed is actually the creature's biological need for fuel to keep its high speed body from collapsing. So maybe next time we will have a bit more sympathy for these strange and fascinating creatures. To the viewer slash subscriber who recommended this, thanks, and I'm sorry this took so long. This was a challenge. If you want me to dissect the Valkyries, rotational physics, or any game, anime, or Disney related topics, let me know in the comments. I am Jim, and this is the Jimverse. Stay curious.